For our last example for this chapter, we're going to look at what's known as a composition of transformations. So we're going to do two things at the same time. And I'm just going to kind of describe it rather than draw it all out. But the original points are here, so you're going to want to plot that. The second thing you're going to want to do is do this translation, which means we move it 5 to the right and 1 up. And then with the center at the origin, we want to dilate it with a scale factor of 2, so it will be twice as big. And I'll show you how that's done. So the first thing, if we look at it carefully, first thing we do, if I was to draw the original here, okay, what we've done is we've just moved it to this spot. And the way we did that is by looking, if we look at the original, we had A, which it was at -4, 1, and that became A prime, which was -4 plus 5, which is 1, and 1 plus 1, which is, I'm sorry, that should be, no, that's 1. And this is 1 as well, and for some reason they have it at, oh, I'm sorry, and this would be 2. They're absolutely correct, and I'm wrong. 1 plus 1 gives us 2 there. So for B, we're at -2, 2. And for our B prime, -2 plus 5 is 3, and 2 plus 1 gives me 3. So that gives us our B, which is 3, 3. And as we said, this was 1, 2. And then C, the original C is -2, 1. -2 plus 5 gives me 3, and 1 plus 1 gives me 2. So that gives me my C prime, which is 3, 2. Now what we want to do with these points right here, and I'm going to scoot it down a little bit, is we have our A prime. We want a scale factor of 2. And the easiest way to do this is just to multiply everything by 2. So if we have 1, 2, then A double prime becomes 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? And we do the same thing for B prime, which was which was 3, 3. And B double prime becomes double that, so 6, 6. And C prime was 3, 2. So using this scale factor one more time, my C double prime is 6, 4. And as you can see, we have 2, 4, 6, 6, and 6, 4 there. So there you go. Okay, we move it 5 to the right and 1 up. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 up. And we do that for all 3 points. And then we just make it double the coordinates here, go here. And if you look at it carefully, if I go to A prime, I go 1 to the right and 2 up. So of course I would go 2 and 4 to get to the other one. So I'm doing twice the coordinates as well. Here's another one. We want to use scalar multiplication, or just multiplication, to find the vertices after a dilation with the center at the origin and a scale factor of 2. So again, what we do is we just say R is at 1, 2. Since K is equal to 2, we would say that R prime would be 2, 4. And then S is 2, 1. And S prime would then be twice as much, so that would be 4, 2. And T is 2, 2. So multiplying both of those by 2, and it's not always going to be a scale factor of 2, by the way. Whatever it is, you multiply it. If this was 3, this would end up being 3, 6 here. But in this case, 2, 2 becomes 4, 4. Okay? So 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4. And now we want to do a 90-degree rotation, and then do a scale factor of 2, unfortunately, again. So we're only going to take C and D, so we start with C, which is negative 1, 1. And remember, for a 90-degree rotation, we have AB, and that becomes a negative B, comma A. So we flip them and make that the opposite sign. So if I flip these, there would be 1 up front and negative 1 at the back, but this becomes negative, or the opposite sign, so it's negative 1, negative 1. For D, we have 1, 1, and flipping that doesn't really change anything. So when we do the 90 degrees, when we flip them, this becomes the opposite sign, and this stays the same. And then finally, we want to do a scale factor of 2. So again, my K is equal to 2 here. So we would say C double prime would be negative 2, negative 2. And my D double prime would be negative 2, 2. Okay? And we have negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, 2. Okay? And we're done. Thanks.